After you've done all you can. After you've gone through the hurts. After you've gone through the pain. After you've gone through the storms. After you've gone through the rain. Oh my. You've been wounded. You've been scarred. Sometimes you cry all through the night. Yes, you do. You look for someone to help you through. Yes, Lord. And you tried with all your might. Prayed, you cried, you prayed, you cried. Hello, Crystal Tear. That was Ron Winans and Friends from their album Stand, and it has a lot of songs on there. One of my favorites is God. I Made a Promise to You by Ron Winans and Rance Allen and a couple of more preachers out there singing that. God bless you and God keep you. I was trying to think what I was going to talk about, and it came to me talking about dreams, because that's where I'm at. Dreaming and dreamers. And it seemed like it would be a fantastic place to be, but there's a lot of upheavals. There's a lot of evil. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that I see, and I find that you have to go through to achieve your dreams. It's not an easy path. And so with that being said, I want to talk about one of my favorite dreamers, and that's Joesph. And we're going into the NIV Bible, Genesis 37, 1, 44 through 9. But I'm going to verse 37. I'm going to do verses 37, 1 through 11. And then I'll do verse 12. Jacob lived in the land where his father had stayed, the land of Canaan. This is the account of Jacob's family line. Joseph, a young man of 17, was tending the flocks with his brothers, the sons of Bala and the sons of Zippah, his father's wives, and he brought their father a bad report about them. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons, because he had been born to him in his old age, and he made an ornate robe for him. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than any of them, they hated him and could not speak a kind word to him. Verse 5. Joseph had a dream. Woo! Joseph had a dream. People hate you and they don't like him, but he had a dream. Got into his comfort zone. Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." Verse 8, his brother said to him, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. They say, be careful about telling your dreams to people. But you get so caught up and you so enthused that you believe the dream. And so therefore you believe it, you want to tell it. You want to share it, especially with people that you think love you and care for you. Who would have thought that you can't share your dreams, your expectations of hope with your brother, with your father, with your mother, with your significant other. Hmm. His brother said to him, do you tend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us? And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. Verse 9. Then he had another dream, and he told to his brothers, listen, he said, I had another dream. Not one dream, but he had another dream. I had another dream, and this time the sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me. When he told his father as well as his brothers, his father rebuked him and said, what is the dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you? Verse 11. His brothers was jealous of him. Woo! Jealousy. I know about jealousy because I've seen it. I've witnessed. I've been a part to it. You know, I've been the pet of jealousy. I have people jealous of me for no reason, but jealousy turns to hatred. You know, envying, jealousy, envying what somebody else has, wanting what somebody has, thinking that somebody is better than you, are better off than you. Envy, ugly, jealousy. Yeah. Rebuke you, Satan, for that. Anything somebody have 9 out of 10 times, you can get it yourself. And if you can't, then it's not for you. Go out and find something of your own. But don't be jealous of anybody or anyone. Especially don't be jealous of me because you don't know what a person goes through to get what they do have. So, hey. So his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. That's a real father. He said, now, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Because I know my son was born in my old age. I know he's a gift from God. So let me partake of this matter. Let me think on it. Let me meditate on it. Let me pray on it. Woo, let's go here. Verse 12. Joesph sold by his brothers. I'm reading from Bible Gateway. I love that. Online. Now his brothers had gone to graze their father's flocks near Shechem. And Israel said to Joesph, as you know your brothers are grazing the flocks near Shechem. Come, I am going to send you to them. Very well, he replied. And so anybody not familiar with it, with this story, Joseph's brothers got together and they plotted. Let me read it to you. So he said to them, go and see if very well, he replied. Joesph said, okay, I'm going to go. So he said to him, go and see if all is well with your brothers and with the flocks and bring word back to me. Then he sent him off from the valley of Hebron. When Joesph arrived at Shechem, a man found him wandering around in the fields and asked him, what are you looking for? He replied, I am looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they are grazing their flocks? They have moved on from here, the man answered. I heard them say, let's go to Dothan. So Joesph went after his brothers and found them near Dothan. But they saw him in the distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. Verse 19, here comes that dreamer. Woo! Lord Jesus. Let me pause for a minute. Lord Jesus. Here comes that dreamer. I don't know about you, but I hear it all the time. And it is not a great place to be. Because when you're a dreamer, I get into that more. I'm going to stay on the point so I don't get distracted. Let me stay. That's another subject too. Distraction. Staying focused. But anyway, his brothers looked at him from a distance and said, here comes that dreamer. They said to each other, come now, let us kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns, which is like a well, and say that a ferocious animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dream. If I kill him, then he can't dream no more. Do dreams come from man or do dreams come from God? When Reuben heard this, he tried to rescue him. Reuben is his brother. When Reuben heard this, he tried to rescue him from their hands. Let's not take his life, he said. Don't shed any blood. Throw him into the cistern here in the wilderness, but don't lay a hand on him. That was God. Reuben said this to rescue him from them and take him back to his father. 23. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the ordinate robe he was wearing. Let's take this robe because that's his power. Maybe he's dreaming these dreams and he feel that he's better than us because he has this robe that daddy gave him. This was a sign of his favoritism, you know. So let's take the robe what daddy gave him that made him better than us. We think that's his source of power. So when Joseph, verse 23, so when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe and ordinary robe he was wearing. And they took him and threw him into the cistern. The cistern was empty. There was no water in it. As they sat down to eat their meal, they looked up and saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead. Their camels were loaded with spices, balm, and myrrh, and they were on their way to take them down to Egypt. 26. Judah said to his brothers, what will we gain if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. His brothers agreed. 28. So when the Midianite merchants came by, and his brothers pulled Joseph up out of the cistern and sold him for 20 shekels of silver to the Ishmaelites, who took him to Egypt. When Reuben returned to the cistern and saw that Joseph was not there, he tore his clothes. He went back to his brothers and said, the boy isn't there. Where can I turn now? Then they got Joseph's robe, slaughtered a goat, and dipped the robe in blood. They took the ornate robe back to their father and said, we found this. Examine it to see whether it is your son's robe. He recognized it and said, it is my son's robe. Some ferocious animal has devoured him. Joseph has surely been torn to pieces. Then Jacob tore his clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourned for his son Jacob, which is Israel. Jacob tore his clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourned for his son many days. All his sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. No, he said, I will continue to mourn until I join my son in his grave. So his father wept for him. 36. Meanwhile, the Midianites sold Joseph in Egypt to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard. Woo! What it is to dream. Let's talk about that. Dreaming and dreamers. I'm a dreamer. Woo! It seems like a dirty word, like a sin. Whoa! I'm a dreamer. It sounds pretty, but it's a little ugly. I consider Joesph my friend. We're like lepers, because when you dream, you see the vision. We see it. We see what God has revealed to us, and I know it's God. It took me a minute, but I understand that dream comes from God. But while you're waiting for the dream to manifest, the trials and the tribulations that you go through, it seems to me that God gives you the dream. Why can't it be easy? Why can't I just go on and achieve the dream? Just give it to me. Just hand it to me. You know what I'm saying? You gave it to me, then put it in my hand. You put it in my mind, put it in my hand. Let me go on and do what you want me to do. Let me be you gave it to me. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like with Joseph, what he's saying back then. That's why they said, do you think the rule of us? But his daddy wanted to question him, but his daddy knew that people question him. How can an old man have a baby with an old woman? But yet he had his son. So he know what God can do. And you dream and you just keep on dreaming. You want to stop dreaming. People don't know it's like an addiction. You want to stop. Everything in you want to stop. You want to give up because there's an easier way. If I give up, I can go back to this. If I give up, I can go back to that. Let me give up. I don't want to dream no more. All my life, I used to give up and turn to drinking and turn to men and turn to all type of things because I didn't want to keep dreaming. I didn't want to keep uh, doing what society calls good. You know what I'm saying? Walking God's walk, talking God's talk. Because I knew that it comes with pain. You know, I never wanted to obey God because I knew that obeying God came with pain. Because I always refer back to, to Job. Because my cousin used to tell the story, and I mean, you was there. He would just really illustrate the story. I ain't lying. He was dramatic telling me the story of Job. You know, he could really relate the Bible to you. And I was like, oh my God, that man, he loved God and he went through all that. Oh my God, I don't know. I love God, but I don't want to love him a lot like that. You know, I don't want to follow him like that, you know. And then, John got his head cut off. You know, people were stoned. The disciples were stoned. I was like, man, they walk with God and they walk with Jesus. And they got a dog like that. I was like, I don't want to get involved with that. So I was a runner. I always ran from God. And I'm quite sure if Joesph, he really didn't know better. He was 17. You know what I'm saying? And really, I was around that age too, because I believe God puts his hand on you and directs you. You know, I listened to T.D. Jakes, a couple people, in the womb. He said it to Jeremiah, I knew you were in the womb. But it seemed like them teenage years is when God really puts his hand. That's when you could go left or you could go right. You can go into the world or you can go toward God. And I believe that's when he speaks to you in them teenage years. You know what I'm saying? Really making you make a stand. I think that's why Joesph took that moment and that time in those teenage years for him to reveal that dream. Because that's when you feeling yourself. Your sexuality is peaking, everything in you. And that's at the time when you could just take on the world. And the guy, hold up, wait a minute. Let me give you this dream right here. Let me put this dream back in you and let you know this is your future, And I thank God too, I don't know if anybody has ever looked at this, but when they threw him in that cistern, thank God he didn't have a mind to kill himself. That's how strong a dream is in a person. And it's a lonely place to be. It is a very lonely place to be. And there's times in my life, I heard the devil saying, shut up. But I just want to share with you just a little bit. When God has a appointed time for you to do some things, in your spirit, you see it. In the physical, you don't see it. You'll have people. Let me talk about me. I'm gonna relate to Joesph. We on the same page. I'm gonna talk about we when we reveal our dreams to people, and some people might call it your goals. Where we are, there's no way that it could possibly manifest. But God said if we knock on the door, Joesph didn't know it then, but Jesus said, knock on the door and the door should be open. Ask me. I'm your father. I'm going to give you good gifts. The devil gives his kids good gifts. What more will I do for you? So you making a promise. You telling me if I do these things that you'll give it to me. So I'm doing these things. So therefore I got to wait. But in a minute that I'm waiting, I got a neighbor. I got all of these people from hell, the devil running around. I got job situation, money situation. Every time I look around, seems like when I think I'm going up and I see the ceiling and I see some hope, all of a sudden I'm torn back down. So, okay, God, where is this dream? Where is this promise that you gave me? Did you decide to not give it to me? Because on one side of the road, I'm hearing your voice say, yeah, knock on the door and it should be given to you. And then on the other side of the door, I'm hearing some preachers standing up in the church in the pulpit talking about God might be telling you yes, he might be telling you no, and he might be telling you wait. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no hope over there out of the preacher's mouth. So the only hope I have hope in this story that Joseph's telling. My hope is in the Bible. I can't put my hope in man. I can't put my hope in pastors. I only can put my hope in God. That's where I put my hope, in the Bible and what the word says, and believe in that. Even when I don't really see it. Sometimes my prayers go like this. God, put something in my hand so I can see it. Put something in my hand so I know that this is going to be. But I get a word every now and then when I get faint and I want to give up. I get a word from somebody, from something, TV something, saying hold on, from my grandbabies or something. You know, this too shall pass. Something. I get some hope. And that keeps me from giving up. But I thank God when Joesph was in the system, I thank God he didn't have suicidal thoughts. Because believe me, they do come. They do come. You know. And that right there assures you of God's promises that you don't take your own life. You may attempt it, but thank God you don't take he didn't take his life, you know. And then what I love about the story of Joesph and his dreams is that if you look at it, you see God's hand all on it, all on the dream. The number 11. I believe in numbers. I believe in the numbers. You know, I know about dreaming. I know about dreaming. I know what he was going through. I know that experience. I don't know about it, what it's like for your brother, your flesh and blood, to be so jealous and envious of you, to throw you in a cistern, and then have the audacity to come back to your father and bring some bloody stuff and say that some animals ate him when you knew you sold your brother. Not only that, you had plotted to kill him. Now, you know, I'm going to say I didn't have it happen, but have people in my heart. Oh, yeah. I've been, oh, Lord, please. Don't make me tell my story. Anybody that's been watching my videos and following through with my videos know I had people that came back and talked about me, put my so-called business, put my name out in the dirt. I've had that pattern. I've had a man I don't even know where that attack. I've had so many attacks this period. I'm under attack now. I got a neighbor from hell continue dealing with. I had a man refuse to give me the title of the car. I got pulled over by the police 2 times as a result of him pausing around with the title. And then all of a sudden, after I called the police, then he comes up with the title. Come on now. Oh, yeah. I was in the cistern. Yeah, let me take it back. I've been in the cistern. Yeah, I've been thrown. I wasn't thrown in by my brothers, but my family. We were distant from each other, my kids. And a lot of things I look at and I thought, yeah, the devil has a hand in it. But after I prayed the way I know that God has a hand in it, I've been with God a minute. And I know that he removes people out of your life. Sometimes he'll take them away temporarily, just so you'll stay focused. And I notice now, there's so many things I want to do, but then I'm looking at it like, okay, Lord, I'm trying to do this. I want to do this for people. I want to do that for people. I want to have this. Okay, I wanted to use the house. Nobody wants to come here. And then it's like the things I want to use is not in the area. It's not a suitable location for the things that I want to do for God. So then what do? Then the frustration sets in, you know. Oh, man, you know, to be dreaming and not be able to fulfill your dream. There's a song by the Dramatics I used to listen to a long time ago, and I love it, and it always touched my heart. To touch a dream. Yeah, by the Dramatics. And it's the Dramatics out of Dales. I think it's Dramatics. And it's to touch a dream. Strange as it may seem to touch a dream, I touch a dream. And I mean, they just don't know how powerful I believe they probably did, whoever wrote it. But to touch a dream, oh man, that's my goal, and that's what I desire, you know. Because every time I want to let go of a dream, God will bring me back, and then I'm dreaming, and this should be here, and this should be there, you know. And guys, put it on paper, You know, I used to put it on paper, and then I got around. You know, people don't want to believe that there's a devil and satanic behavior, but you go on and keep believing it until it happened to you. But I got around something. I didn't get around it. Well, then I did get around it. Well, they came around me, and don't sit and stir with people like that. But people end up stealing my dreams that was on paper, and they try to use it for themselves. And I don't know, it didn't work, but they stole it anyway. So I stopped putting stuff on paper. Every time I would put things on paper, my dreams and my visions, what I wanted to do, and what God has spoken to me, they came up missing. So I stopped doing that. So I had to start keeping stuff in my head. And then, you know, that's a difficult place to keep things, especially in my head. But what I was saying is that it's powerful, Joseph's dream, because it shows you God's hand on him at all times, because they wanted to kill him, but his brother Reuben stepped in, which it wasn't him, it wasn't him, it was God. Like, now you're not gonna kill him. You're not gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna throw him in here. But if you really, I don't care that much for the NIV. It breaks it down simpler. But King James, I like King James version better. But basically, in there, Reuben wanted him thrown, his brother wanted him thrown into the cistern. So he would be down there, I'm going to come back. His plan was, I'm going to come back and get him. We just throw a little scurry in him, But the whole thing was, they plotted against the other brother. There's no honor among thieves. It's basically what I'm trying to say. When evil is at hand, it turns on everybody. They don't have no favoritism. They all was against him. If they would have knew what Reuben was doing, they probably would have did something to Reuben. That's the whole point. Watch your brothers and watch your sisters, your family, your mother. You can't trust nobody. The only person you can trust is God. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. But it shows you God's hand on his life. How they didn't kill him, then they sold him, and then look at him. He got with Potiphar, and then he ended up getting into the castle. You know what I'm saying? He got around high authority. You know what I'm saying? He got around power. But just look how God's hand was. You know what I'm saying? And I think at first when I would hear the story, the way preachers would talk and preach, I used to think, well, oh my God, don't tell nobody your dream. I used to think that, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody your dream. And I heard T.D. Jakes, a lot of people say, don't tell nobody your dream. But then I would hear other people talk, motivation speakers and all that. Speak your dream. Tell somebody, because if you don't tell people your dream, then nobody can help. So then you get a demise. Okay, now do I say something? I shut up. You know what I'm saying? What does God say? God says speak it. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak it. And sometimes you got to open your mouth so people know where you are. So I've had both spectrums, but when I first heard, I had it positive, I had negative. Speaking my dream, people knew what I was trying to do, and they had people join me. But then the people that joined me, they had their reasons why they wanted to join me. So you have to be careful of the people that want to connect to you. But anyway, what I love about the story is that how God had his hand on him at all times, and how it ended up at the end, his dream came true. He marked it, the levels and all of that, the power and everything. And they did end up needing him because he had a dream again about the time of plenty and the time where they would be lacking. And so they end up needing him. And then again, that's what God says. I will make your enemies your footstool, even if it's your brothers, your families, your sisters. I will make them your footstool. And they end up being his footstool. And so he prospered. So that's the end of that story. And I just think, I want to tell you, be weary when you are a dreamer, because to me, we're like a leper, we're dinosaurs, you don't get people to dream anymore because a lot of people don't believe in God. People don't believe in punishment. They don't believe that God punish you. They think that God is, he's so goody, and they want to put God in a box, and they don't want to read the Bible. They don't want to believe the Bible. Everybody's coming up now. There's no heaven, no hell. I was just listening to a pastor this morning. They were talking about another pastor. I don't know if they passed, but these little radio things they have on YouTube and stuff. And they were talking about the pastor, which I did they did show it. This one guy, I give him credit. He did show it. The guy said there's no hell, said hell is made up. Said it's make-believe like Santa Claus. And what trips me out, the guy that said it is a pastor that I listen to all the time. I've been playing his music. My son told me about him. And, so I had been listening to him, but he messed me up with that. He said there was no heaven, and he said it was no hell. And what he said was, pull it up on YouTube, a pastor, of today, because I don't want to blow him out like it. I don't want to try to turn nobody down. Mainly because I like him. But pull it up. But he said there's no heaven and there's no hell, and he's preaching at a funeral. And he said heaven was in the Garden of Eden, which it makes sense. And he said basically hell was on earth, what we going through and stuff, something to that effect. But like I said, His first name started with a T and his last name started with an R. And just pull it up. You hear a lot of people talking about it. But he said there was no hell. He said there was no hell. That's the title that they have it. And the pastor says that there is no hell. And I mean, he said it's made up. And for a minute, a Florida man. Then I got with my belief real quick. I believe that there's a heaven and a hell. That's my belief. I believe there's a heaven and a hell. I don't believe out of the manifestations, somebody kill me, I'm walking around in heaven with him. I don't believe that. But I believe that God has a plan. He planned things out. I believe that I don't believe that you just die, and he made that statement, when you dead, you dead. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. He said, he made the statement too. He said, who do you know that's been to heaven that was up there singing and walking streets of gold or whatever? How many people went up there? He said, what is it, millions of years, a billion years, whatever, 4 decades, whatever. Have you ever heard of anybody say they went to heaven and told you about it? And I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? He went all the way out there with that, but I'm not going to knock him for that, because I think that it's a wake-up call for people. Because anyway, I'm going to stay on the subject. But people are becoming the world. Churches are becoming the world. Pastors are getting to the point, sometimes they get frustrated, and they've seen so much death, and they've seen so much violence that I'm not going to say lost his mind, but we just, we stray away from God, and it don't take a lot. But nowadays, I am going to stay on this right here. It don't take a lot nowadays for a person to walk away from God. Think about back in the day, John the Baptist, hey, deny Christ, deny all of that, what you talking about, Christ is not God. I'm quite sure all of that. They didn't just cut that man's head off. Oh, we're going to cut his head off because they cut his head off because he was believing in Jesus. He believed in God. All of those things. People went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? There are some people I heard in the news that go through things now. If they believe in God, they get killed. But you look at that, and the people go through. Nowadays, man, you don't even need to hit a person. You just draw your fist up and act like you give a hit. Oh, no, I don't believe in God. Now there is no heaven, no hell. You know what I'm saying? People change their beliefs like they change their drawers. And that's what I love about the story of Joesph. And I'm getting ready to end with this. I love the story of Joesph. And I like that he stood by his belief. Did y'all ever, I don't know if anybody ever dealt with this, but this is how powerful that story is too. Did you notice that he didn't change his belief? Even when his brother said, so are you saying that one day we're gonna bow down to you? And Joesph, he didn't respond, but at the same time he could have said, when he seen their face, and he seen, this show you that he was a teenager. He didn't know. He was full of himself because he was full of the dream. He was full of hope. He was full of belief. And we not like it anymore. He had that child faith. And that compassion in him. You know what I'm saying? The people don't understand that when God give you something, it's a baby in you. And it's growing and it's growing. You know what I'm saying? I have dreams of giving birth to children. You know what I'm saying? Giving birth. I'm pregnant. And I had a dream I had the baby. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's another story. But hey, no, I wasn't pregnant. But, you just like, oh my God, but, he didn't turn around. Joesph could have, when they said that, he could have looked at their face. Oh, they serious. They mad at me. I know for real they don't really like me. And now I'm talking about dreams, so I'm going to play it out. Now, I was playing. That's just a joke. I say, how I be kidding. How I be playing. How I be acting. How I be acting. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't real. He could have came back like that and just dismissed the dream. He could have spoke that out there, that negativity out there, but he didn't. He just went on. Oh, man, I'm going to say this off air. I'm not going to say he was naive. All I can say he is, because we dreamers are not naive. We just be dreaming and hoping. And you know what I'm saying? You got a dead. You start setting up, you dream so long, you start setting up dead. Like, God, if it ain't coming this year, I'm done. I'm done dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's repeating patterns, and I've been in this house ever since I've been in this house. Nothing really has arisen. It's just the same pattern. It's just bad here. It's not really good. It's a stuck situation. You know what I'm saying? Little growth spurs here and there, a little blessing here and there. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I feel stuck, and that's an ugly place to be. But like I said with Joesph, God bless his heart. You know, he didn't see that they was angry at him with the first dream. Dog come back and say, hey, I had another dream. You know, by the way, I had another dream. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that put the icing on the cake right there. They was angry because of the first one. But here he come again, he got a second one. Oh no. We already bowing down to you. You know. Now you showing us you better than us. We gonna need you. We gonna need you. You know, you're not gonna need us. We gonna need you. We older than you. You the baby boy. You way down there. You young. We older than you. We the ones that's supposed to receive the inheritance of daddy's property when daddy died. So here it is. You telling me that we gonna have okay, yeah. Yeah, we got something for you. Yeah, you daddy's little favorite, and now you want to try to front like you over us. Also, you know, play it out, y'all. Play it out now. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, damn. Nobody talks about this. Let's listen. You're talking about we're gonna bow down to you, but you're the last born. If you get anything, it would be the oldest child, because the oldest child back then got the inheritance. So, especially the boys. So we're gonna bow down to you. If anything, it would be us giving you something if we decide to give you something. If anything, you would be at lack. You wouldn't have anything. But you're talking about you're going to be over. So therefore, since you're daddy's favorite, this is why they hate him. So since you're daddy's favorite, you feel that daddy's going to give you the inheritance and bypass us. Oh, yeah, we hate you. Now we're going to kill you. Now, you're not taking what daddy got for us. No, you're not. You're not going to get what I'm planning on getting. I want the money. Money is the root of all evil. I want the money. Nah. Not today. Not today, Joesph, baby brother. Oh, Lord. But keep on dreaming. Keep on dreaming. Oh, man, just keep on dreaming. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do. Just keep on dreaming. And God bless you and God keep you. And one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can do is one day at a time. And just hold on to your dreams. Because God said knock. And he made a promise. You know, and I didn't understand that at first when he said God made a promise. He made a promise. I was like, God don't make promises. And then I had to study more and I understand. Yeah, he did make a promise. He said, if you knock on the door, I'll answer. He said, if you give, it should be given unto you. Pressed down and running over. You know what I'm saying? He said, test me, try me. See if I won't do it, if I won't bless you. So those are promises. So just believing when you don't even see. And it's so hard, and there's so many things just, I ain't lying. You know, it's just so many things just piling up. You want to have and you want to do for people, but you're in the wrong location. And then, let me hit this, and then I'm done. The worst part of dreaming, and me and Joesph got this in common. The worst part of dreaming is to have told people your dreams. And this is why it's not good to tell people your dreams. But with social media, people are aware of your dream, especially when you post it. That's why now I'm not posting on Facebook and all that. I'm just doing YouTube. But when people see that when you speak your dream and people don't see it manifesting the way in the time period when you told, well, she said that last year, 2 years, 3 years. She said all this stuff, but none of it's happening. And then people thinking you changing your goals, but it's like, I can dream over here, but I can't eat that dream. So they don't see that. They just want you to hurry up. So people don't believe in you anymore. So people start doubting you. People move away from you. Oh, believe it. Believe it. I'm right there now. My own kid. They don't believe. They think I'm crazy, especially with people going around saying I'm crazy. And people don't know it takes you to be crazy to keep on dreaming when you worrying about how you going to pay your bills. You trying not to sleep with this person so they'll pay your bill. I'm going to keep it 125% with you. Uh, uh, you trying to figure out how rent's going to get paid. You trying to figure out how you going to get the grass cut. You got to do all the things, maintain your property. You got to maintain the car. You got to pray that the car don't break down. I've already had 2 nails in my tire. As a matter of fact, there's a nail in the tire right now. I'm tired of getting it plugged. So many plug holes on there, which I believe my neighbor next door had put some nails in there, and the camera can't catch them. You know what I'm saying? So you have all these things going against you. People living next door to you, hating you because of your color. I'm talking about people didn't want to give you title. I'm talking about unmitigated evil coming at you. The devil attacking you every which way. And then some of it is God testing you to see if you're strong enough to maintain the dream when he give it to you. Because you can't get the dream until you're ready for it. That much I do know. So you're trying to keep your side of the street clean so you can inherit the dream. But everything's coming at you. People slapping you in your face. People attacking you. And you sitting back. And you can't fight physical. You just got to sit back and you got to take all this stuff. Come on with it. Come on with it. Yeah, when they threw Joesph in the cistern and he did get out, they need to thank God he didn't go back. You're lucky they locked him up again. Because just imagine, at any time when he did get out, he could have went back and killed everybody in their household. So, sanity in a time of insanity. So what's sane and what's not sane? You know what I'm saying? And then when he did, then when they did have to bow down to him and come back and ask him for something, by God's grace and mercy, God had humbled him. God was with him in his spirit, that he didn't hate them. He blessed them when he could have killed them. God said, I'll make your enemy your footstool. And so I believe in his promises. I believe in heaven. I believe in hell. There's no way you just live on this earth and you think you're not going to get punished for all the little dirty stuff that you did, the harm you did to kids and the harm you did to people, and thinking that, oh, well, I did it and now I'm gone. I'm going to kill myself and I'm gone. Oh, no, he got a plan for you. He'll wake you up from that deal. So, if you're dreaming, keep on dreaming. If it's godly dreams and it's things, I pray for whatever you're dreaming that's going to benefit people and benefit neighborhoods and bring people to God. I pray that it come to pass. I pray in the name of Jesus. I pray for all the pastors out here. Pray that the world that's in the churches, I pray that the preachers preach them out. The congregation preach them out. I pray for change. Pray for change. I pray for, like I said, my people, it hurts when you're family. It hurts, period, when you're around people that don't believe in you. But I do thank God I got a friend, and he hung with me yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And I like that, and one thing I have learned is to humble myself and to tell people that's in my life is thank them while I'm alive. Thank you, for being my friend when I'm friendless. You know what I'm saying? When there's nobody to talk to, nobody around. Because God will pull you in a place. He takes you in places of loneliness, And I didn't understand until I heard T.D. Jakes preach. And I've heard a couple of preachers talk about it. Joel Osteen, a couple of them talk about when God's got a hand on you, sometimes he will take you to you're alone. A lot of times you by yourself, you're alone, and you get lonely, but you're alone. You know what I'm saying? You're not around people. And people just don't know how that feel when you got to sit still and you ready to move, especially if you're real active and you got to sit still and you waiting, Do I take this job? Do I take that job? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And I've been. And what people fail to realize, I'm going to say this real quick and put this out there. And it's in my defense and it's in Joseph's defense. People don't understand when a person has a dream and a vision and they believe it to be true, because you can dream all kinds of stuff. A gorilla came up and hit you in the head, all this type of things. But there's certain visions, not all dreams come true, but there's a dream that you can have and within your spirit, okay, I shouldn't, I seen that. And I looked around, ain't nobody seen that. So that's for me. That's something for me. That's going to happen. There's certain dreams you have and like that's going to happen. This dream happened. This is going to happen. So wow, but to have that dream and to reveal it to a person, and because they don't see it manifested like that, like tomorrow, to turn around and doubt you. When people turn their back on you, oh my God, Oh my God, it's a sad place to be. It makes you want to doubt yourself and doubt to dream. That's the worst place in the world to be, to doubt yourself. To people to turn their back on you and yeah, okay. I was talking to this guy, and this is where I'm at in life. Like I said, I was gonna shut up, but anyway, I'm not at an hour yet. I'm at 45, 14. Anyway, I was talking to this dude, and he talked about how he liked to help children and all this and that. So I'm talking to him. He's the one that told me, make sure you clear stuff off your plate, because what you're doing good, you know what I'm saying? But what I did was I took 30 days off from Facebook and Twitter, so I'm not in the public eye, so they can't meddle and see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Which I got tired of social media. Too many people on there that's not talking about nothing. They talking about what, the world needs, but they not doing anything to help it. All they got is a whole lot of talk. So I got tired of that. And then, so anyway, he's like, take stuff off your plate. So I lowered everything, you know what I'm saying? I take advice. So I lower stuff. But I was talking to him yesterday. I believe he had called on my phone and played when I looked at the number. So, called and said something stupid on the phone. So anyway, I called seeing what he was doing, And I have female friends. I don't have no friends. I just have people I know. So I don't have no friends. So he made a statement about, what, do you have a new plan? And I'm listening. I said, yeah, I got a new one. You know what I'm saying? Woo-woo this, woo-woo that. I always make sure that you know. And then, it bothered me at first, like, he said it sarcastically, like, oh, look, she done changed again. But what you don't know, you know what I'm saying? I got to talk to myself because I ain't have nobody to talk to. So I'm like, okay, I felt bad, and then all of a sudden God spoke to my spirit. What is he doing? And I was like, whoa. And then God showed me, just start revealing stuff to me. What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here getting ready to feel bad because this person is saying something. And then God just started talking. You know what I'm saying? We got to conversating and God just started revealing to me everything about it. You sitting there talking about what am I doing? You don't know. I've been dreaming about dream. I've been dreaming since 2007, boo-boo. You just now heard about it. I got a whole lot of tweaks in person. God got to finish working on me. So I've been dreaming. But you get disability, boo-boo. You sitting back getting disability because your back's messed up and your memory and stuff is short. But then you want to sit back and try to criticize me about my dreaming and about where I'm at and what I'm doing. Who qualifies you? What makes you better than me? You talking about you getting a paycheck and all that. And what I'm pointing out and stuff like that, we was cool. And if he hears this, he heard this. But it is what it is. You sitting there trying to damn me for dreaming. And you're thinking that I'm changing lane. My dream is the same. Some of the names might have changed, whatever. But boo-boo. I started off with Vigilantes for Jesus in 2006, 2007. I had a tax ID then. I was drinking like a mug. Oh, 8 code 45s and all that type of thing. I was drinking back in the day when I started this. I was going on the streets with a Reverend Earl Ross, going down and where the homeless was. I was feeding the homeless, but I was going down to the homeless with him. We go down there and see people to make sure they was all right. I was going down in River Road in the park where the homeless was, going with Reverend Earl when he was praying with them. What was you doing? So when you sit back and you try to judge a person, know who you're judging before you try to judge them, baby. Number one, you're not God. So you don't know my story, honey. You only know the surface of what I revealed to you. And that's why I'm not going to reveal a lot of stuff to people anymore. Because you got a lot of people that don't have faith in you. But woe to the ones that do believe. Woe to the ones they die. But if you're not with me when I'm down, I'll be damned if you're going to be with me when I'm up. I guarantee you that. Forgive, forget, get away from me. Yeah, I forgive. I've learned that too. But you get away from me. Forgave you. Bye. You can't be around me. That's negative. You're a hater. But yeah, I had to think about that. And I suggest that to you too. If you're around people and people are around you and they want to sit back and all little naysay and throw little cracks and little sideways jokes about your dream, don't be around a person that don't want to be around you. Don't be around somebody that sarcastically wants to tear you down. Don't be around anybody that don't believe in you and they don't believe in your dream. Because God forbid when it comes true, they the main person that's ready to run there and be around you. And like I said, I'm glad for a lot of pastors. When I used to go to church, the church I used to go to all the time, what I did love about my pastor, he would talk about that. People sitting back and you thinking like, oh, tomorrow your dream. Now, He talks about it, and he would talk about different inventors and different people that Alexander Graham Bell had. They was turned down numerous times. KFC and all of them. He had started his business till he was in his 60s. All these people like that start. They give you a shot of hope. They encourage your dream. Be around people like that. You know, those were the things that kept me at that church when I used to attend. People encouraging you. Don't think that you're too old to dream, you know. And so that, but like I said, I mean, as far as that guy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever. But you sitting back and you trying to talk about me, but what are you doing? You know, you're not really out here in life yourself, but then you want to sit there. So, like I said, be careful of downing yourself and getting angry with yourself because of something that somebody say. Look at that person that's trying to dog you. Don't sit back and just take what they said. Look at that person. Who are you? Wait a minute. You said what? I can't dress. Then you look at them, they get dressing like Reverend Brown. What's in that Brother Brown? You know, Mr. Brown. On the Brown. You know, Brown tell you, oh my God, what you got on? And you be like, oh, Brown, what you talking about? So be careful. Look at the people. Don't let somebody knock you down and cause you to disbelieve, to not believe in yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let God believe in you, even if you got to walk alone. And I've been that way lately. God's made me stronger. I have to admit that. God, you see, I'm back on here talking. You know, I had given it up, but God keeps saying preach or whatever. But like I said, I'm just doing God's will. And I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. And I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to look for people to believe in me, and that's good. I don't have to look for people. You know, there's people I could go hang around and play at false friend stuff. It's guys I could be around, but I'm glad, you know. I'd rather be lonely by myself than to be with somebody I don't want to be with, than to sit up and have a conversation with somebody that's not talking about nothing. Somebody, dude, text me talking about what's up with you. Dude, get a life. Why would you text a person and say something stupid like that? Then when you respond back, they saying something stupid. I mean, you know, pick up the phone, call somebody, and, you know, you can't because you don't have nothing to say. Now, you know what that's about. I'm not even there, especially with you, and not even attempting to go there. You know what I'm saying? Do you need some money? No, I don't need your money. I don't need it like you think. No, I'm not doing those things. The people don't know the trials and tribulations and the tests and the no's that you have to pull up out of you when you going through hell. It is a hell here, but there ain't nothing like that fire. You know what I'm saying? When you going, I ain't gonna call it hell. When you going through trials and tribulations, and you really like, you know, you teeter-totter and like, okay, wait a minute, and your faith gets weak, and you don't have the people that you used to have. You don't have the church people that you used to have. You don't have the pastors that you used to have. You don't have anybody encouraging you, and all of the things that was giving you encouragement and was feeding you, you can't go to because you found out they fake. You found out that it became uncomfortable for you to be there. So now you don't have church. You don't have the other. So you got to find something to get you some faith. You got to run around here to get something to increase your faith. Lord, people don't know. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. Till your mind be so messed up until you do think about, oh, wow, wait a minute. You know, this is a lot. And then you have to hurry up when you're thinking about, hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this is the end. You know what I'm saying? And you get there, and all of a sudden, you know, you hear God saying, you know what I'm saying? Peace be still. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm saying? But, anyway, God bless you and keep you. Until we meet again, let's leave out with the rest of the song.
After you've done all you can, yes, God. After you've done all you can, there's nobody else to tell your problems to. Nobody else seems to be able to help you.
Yeah.
After you've gone through the storms, yeah. After you've gone through the rain, oh, after you've endured